I know my white people in the audience, y'all here for a reason, so I know y'all feel the burn. I know my brothers and sisters, and rightfully so, they got some convincing to do. So I'm not here to pander for a politician. I'm not here to convince you the white messiah is coming out of the sky to save you. I don't even know if white Jesus is real. But before I was a freshman here in 1993, before I was a student at Frederick Douglass High School, 3 exits to the west that way, before I was a kid at Collier Heights Elementary and growing up in Collier Heights, I was destined to be a black man born in America. And that ain't always an easy job. It's not always an easy task. So forgive me if I'm not talking about everybody right now, but I want to help you understand the plight of a black man in America. This didn't happen to me yesterday. This didn't happen to me the day before. This happened to me today. I was stopped. I was accosted. Somebody threatened to arrest me because I said I didn't like the way they were talking to a black woman. And to that black Secret Service agent, I'm going to just simply say shame on you. But you didn't know no better. You didn't know that you were talking to a well-informed young man. You didn't know that you were talking to a disciple of Martin Luther King. You did not know that you were talking to a social justice warrior. And I appreciate you doing your job. Oh, I appreciate you doing your job. But then it got worse. Then I left you and I saw a white Secret Service agent, God bless him, he told me he didn't care if I was purple. I said, well, man, they don't make purple people. Then he said, well, you don't pay my salary. I said, but I'm a taxpayer. I think I do. And I didn't do it because I wanted to show anybody up, because my father was a police officer, and I love the fact that law enforcement in Atlanta looks like me. I did it because I don't care what your job is. I don't care who we're here to protect. I don't care what we think we're protecting. We're here on this great campus because slaves chose to educate their children. We're here. We're here because black men and women have put it on the line for this country since the day you brought our black ass off a boat. We have been here. So I don't know what kind of disruption they were afraid was going to happen, but the disruptor is here. And I'm here to tell black people, if you give your vote, God damn it, demand something. So I don't care if you decided to go another way because you got a little uncomfortable. I don't care if you're secretly here with another agenda. I want to simply say, unlike a lot of people that are going to talk to you, I have been personally mentored, and you can Google these names, by Reverend James Orange, the Reverend Joseph Lowry, Andrew Young, Alice Johnson, and even the good Representative John Lewis. So you can't tell me nothing about what I know. And this is what I know. If you line up Martin Luther King Jr. social policy for the poor, for the downtrodden, for the weak, for the woman, for the gay, for the people of color, for the people in abject poverty throughout this country, if you take that and you put it on a board, and then you line up all your candidates from all the parties, and you say, well, what's your policy? There's only one candidate whose policy lines up. There's only one candidate. Now, 2 weeks before, when he didn't have no Secret Service, he wasn't that popular, they weren't worried about nothing happening to him. But today we got so much Secret Service, and we're thankful that they're here. We know that our job is being done. We know that we have recognized someone with the proper social justice policy for this country. When people tell us, hold on, wait a while, and that's what the other Democrat is telling you. Hold on, Black Lives Matter. Just wait a while. Hold on, young people in this country. Just wait a while. And then she get good. She have your own mama come to you. Your mama sit down and say, well, you're a woman. But I talked to Jane Elliott a few weeks ago, and Jane said, Michael, a uterus doesn't qualify you to be president of the United States. You have to have policy that's reflective of social justice. Paying women a fair wage is social justice. Making sure that minorities have jobs is social justice. Ending a bullshit drug war is social justice. Making sure our children can go to college is social justice. When I sat with Senator Sanders at a restaurant not far from here, a bunch of people went online and, he took them to a soul food restaurant. You're damn right. Because I wanted him to know that I'm not taking you here for the chicken. I didn't bring you for the collards. I wanted you to sit where Martin, Andy, Ralph, John, Hosea, I want you to sit where they sat. So before I endorse you, you understand what I expect of you. I expect for you to look out for the African American community. And I hear them tell our white brothers and sisters all the time, it's not your fight to fight. It's going to be okay later. And I look at people try to contrive ways of getting black and white people together. But in Atlanta, Georgia, if you look around, this ain't Georgia Tech. White people are here. This is Morehouse. If you look at Atlanta, Georgia, the Teamsters that are here, that are white, that work with James Orange, these out on the other side of town. This community is showing the rest of the nation how blacks and whites and Latins and gays and women and men can work together for the betterment of us all. And I say all that to say, once you have a policy that fits like all the fantasy they've always told you of liberation, of all of us overcoming, once you have a policy, it's time to look at everyone else and say, I like your dress and I like your hair, Donald Trump, but enough is enough for me. Enough of the political games for me. Enough of the bullshit. We deserve better. We have Bernie Sanders as our next United States president. Thank you, Morehouse. Michael Render, class of 1997.